Archer and the Devil.
Welcome to Archer and the Devil and guests.
We've got 3.
We have
Our second ever and guest, and we've gone from 1 on the phone to 3 in person.
3 humans.
3 humans. We should probably introduce who we have.
We should.
We have the guys from Aftertrack, a new TV show. Pritch. Pritch.
Caroline. Da, da, da.
That's our audio strike on YouTube then. Cheers, Pritch. Thanks for that. That's that bit muted. And we've got G and Laura.
Hey.
And they are all from a new... It's a TV show, yeah?
Yeah.
In fact, it's probably easier if you guys explain what it is. Because we'll know if you know. And you'll probably do a better job, especially better job than you.
I don't even know where I am.
Because you're useless. Because this is motorsport related, so we know how that goes. Yeah. So, who nominates someone to explain the official line of your new show?
Pritch.
I mean,
I'm new to motorsport, so I think you two should.
The premise of the show, basically, we were supposed to be at the rounds. Obviously, we know what's going on in the world at the minute. We can't be there. So we decided to create a post-race show. So it's basically all the ins and outs of World Rallycross, behind the scenes, and probably things that fans or viewers have never seen before. So you're basically seeing all of the intricate details of motorsport from our perspective. We're not professionals.
No.
However, we're going to give you a loose review of each round.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube, so it's World Rallycross. You guys know World Rallycross?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
One of us does.
Yeah, so it's that championship. We stream it on YouTube, and yeah, you can watch it live on there, or you can go on YouTube and watch it, and yeah, it's doing really well, actually.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, loving it.
Yeah.
Different, never done anything like this before.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really fun. Like, obviously, G said we wanted to be there and we thought we was going to be there, but do you know what? Staying in London and doing it, it's great. Like, it's been so much fun. And we met Pritch.
It's completely different. It's completely
Okay.
different.
Yeah.
I met you too.
Yeah. Aren't you lucky?
What more
Aren't
do you
you lucky?
You lucky bug.
So the show is about World Rallycross.
Yeah.
But it's not about the actual racing as such. You kind of go a bit crazy with it and do daft things and get the drivers to do daft things, and that's kind of the premise of it.
Well, the drivers do daft things anyway because they drive the cars.
That is true. It's a bit crazy.
Like stupid miles an hour and stuff.
Did you know much about it, Pritch?
I mean, I know about rallying and stuff because I've seen it on the TV, but I didn't know about rallycross before I started. But then when I started doing it, I learned about the Joker lap.
Yes.
Now, that's what made it interesting to me. I was like, right, you've got to do 5 laps or whatever it is, but then you have to take the Joker lap in. And that's what made it quite exciting for me.
On a level of 1 to 10, how confused are you right now?
Like 17.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
He
You taking the fucking piss?
has no idea about rallycross.
Oh,
about
right, sorry.
anything.
You're on about his accent.
I don't know what a joker lap
He
is.
doesn't know anything about it.
Nope.
Or basically, people, like loads of guys get in cars, and they take off really fast, and it's half dirt, half track,
Yeah.
and then there's a joke lap. So the joke lap is further,
Oh, okay.
but you have to take in one joke lap. So it's quite technical. So you could go do like 4 laps, and then you have to take that joke lap, the last lap.
It has to be your last lap as well.
It doesn't have to be the last lap.
Every single driver has to take the joke lap at some point during the race. So you just need to tactically think about when you're going to take it. It can either slow you down or it could benefit you. It depends how you work it out during the race.
And is there a science behind the best way to do it as well?
I don't know.
or-
It depends.
Right, okay. Is it dependent on driver or car?
Yeah, I mean, you
and
just do
spec
it and just see what happens. I think the thing is, if, say, I don't know, you could be in 3rd position and you decide that if there's a potential big enough gap, if you take that joke lap, then you could
back
slide
out of
in.
it,
You could slide in, but... Or it could go the other way and you could drop down.
They've got spotters as
That's
well,
what I was
haven't
going
they?
to say, yeah.
They've
so
got spotters and they tell them in the...
Right, okay.
Similar
take the joke
to...
lap.
So it's the equivalent of like timing your pit stop well in F1.
In F1,
Exactly
basically,
that,
yeah. And when if it's going to benefit you, if it's not, if it's going to advantage someone else, or if it's going to put you behind and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I'm back in the room now.
You are, here he
Up
is.
to speed.
so you're,
That's how quickly we learn. Has this made you a fan? Going into it as someone who's just watched it on TV before and now being this invested in it?
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy it.
Okay.
It's really, it's exciting to watch because when we film in the studio, because obviously You know, we're in the studio, we're watching it on the massive TV screens. And we're just sitting there just going, come on. And you know that somebody hasn't taken their joke lap, but they're way in the lead.
Yeah.
So, you know, that guy
could
could then
potentially
overtake
fuck
him,
themselves
and then
up,
it's
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
it's really exciting.
Super
It is
exciting.
really good.
Yeah.
And the
I'm
crashes
enjoying
help.
it. I'm enjoying it.
The crashes
They do.
definitely help.
They do.
Yeah.
A lot of
They get a
crashes.
bit argy-bargy, don't they?
Yeah, into that first corner. They all just want that same piece. They'll just smash into each other. It's good news. It's good news. It's good to watch. It's good because it's... So if you've not been to a live one then?
I've
Like
not
an
been-
actual track, an event at a track?
No, I haven't been to a live one yet. No.
I
So you-
have.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say.
you girls have experienced the noise and everything else, whereas you've got that to come, Pritch.
I can't wait.
It steps it up again.
I wouldn't mind driving one, actually. I'll try and race.
Just steal one, you'll be
Durham
fine.
or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that you'd end up probably in the wall at some point, possibly.
Go.
Most probably,
Yeah. It's good. I love rallycross. It was a sport that you seen when I was younger, I think, British rallycross and that sort of stuff, but then it just kind of disappeared. And I think with Monster's input and stuff like that, it came back to kind of being this big thing that it should be, because it's so exciting and it's experienced and the experience of it, because you can see the whole track, can't you, when you go to an event?
Yeah.
You don't miss any of it, so
No.
you can watch the whole race. They're short, fast, quick races,
Yeah.
and it's so exciting to watch. And then as soon as that one's done, the next one's ready to go, and then the
Yeah,
next one, and the next one,
absolutely.
and it's just mental with the way everything's going.
And from the girls' point of view, like obviously we do the start line, and the adrenaline feeling when you're running off and the cars are ready to go, like honestly, and then you're ready for the next one. It's so exciting, and like you said, you can see the whole track. So I did my first rallycross last year, and I didn't know. I was like, "What's that?" Like, because he was holding up the Joker board and stuff.
Right.
And after my first round, I loved it. I think there's more to it than just cars driving around a track. Like, it's so exciting, and you just get so excited, and you're like, "Oh, who's gonna do it? Is he gonna make it?" Because you literally see them like side by side coming out, and it's just
So unpredictable.
yeah. And
There's no like love lost between the drivers, is there?
No,
There's
no.
none of that.
But
No.
I think that's what one of the nice things is. It's not only, I think, only from fans' perspectives, but for us again.
Yeah.
I think rallycross deserves a lot more credit. Like it integrates all of us as part of a family. There isn't any like love lost in the paddock. Everybody gets on. I mean, yeah, of course, there's banter and rivalry between everybody.
Yeah.
But I think it does deserve a lot more credit for itself as a sport.
It is great. Have you watched any?
Yeah, I watched them purely research coming into this. So prior to that, I mean, I've watched F1 my whole life, but I've never really watched rallycross. So obviously coming into this, watched a fair bit, watched a couple of the episodes as well.
Yeah.
And I can see why it gets so addictive, because it is just insane.
It's like Formula One on speed.
Yeah, no, it really is.
It's how Formula One should be.
Yeah.
Like, instead of watching 58 laps of just
Yeah.
it's just all the best bits in one race, and then that's it. It's good to go, and then it's finished, and then you're on to the next bit.
Yeah.
So is this your first presenting job, Pritch?
No, I've done a few things before.
Right.
Don't ask me what. I can't remember half of my life, to be honest with you. But I have done some stuff before. But yeah, this is completely different
Yeah.
to what I've normally done in the past. But
The reason we started this podcast was our love of travel. Mine through racing, probably similar to you girls, the same situation. But Sonny's been solo traveling around most of the world
amazing.
for the last few years. So we kind of got that connection. We went to school together, same age, everything else, and we kind of just kept together. But then we thought, well, if we can spend 2 hours sat in the pub talking shit, we might as well record it.
It was
So
6 hours in the end.
It was what?
It was 6 hours in the end. We literally, so this started in January. We went through, he had a best man speech, and he ran it by me first. We went to the pub and ended up sitting there for 6 hours talking about travelling. And then so we should probably film this and just do a podcast, and that's pretty much how
And
it
that's
started.
where, and now we sat here with you guys.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
bit mental.
It is a bit.
But the whole travelling side of it is what kind of not kept us as friends. That's probably the wrong. I only
hate
like you
each
because
other
you travel. Yeah.
Outside of that.
But no, it was because obviously the show, from what I understand, originally was supposed to be filmed at the track
Yeah.
On
after the
location.
event.
Yeah.
That's not happened. So
Yeah.
it's all kind of thrown everything up in the air. So are you gutted that you're not travelling, or do you prefer it, or what's your situation on travelling?
I think obviously, yeah, we're gutted that we can't be there because, like we said, when you're there in person, it is phenomenal to witness. However, I do feel that doing the show, we've actually learned and understood way more behind the scenes of the way that drivers, like the way they drive, how the joke actually really happens. Like when you're watching it on screen, because you're watching it over and over again. And it's a completely different way to give perspective to fans on rallycross. I don't know. I can't say that I'm sad I'm not there, but I'm really glad. I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah.
Like this is so different to what we're used to doing. It's quite nice to try something different.
Yeah, definitely. Like, don't get me wrong, the travelling is amazing, and the fans, obviously, we was going to be more integrated with the fans there and doing fun games and things with them, but we've gone back to the drawing board, created this amazing after show, and it's brand new for me. I'm not a presenter, and with G, I mean, you do have a bit of background of this, don't you? But we were just the Monster Girls, and now we can get ourselves out there.
Oh, wait, sorry.
We have drinks.
The most important part of the podcast has arrived. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The most important part. Yeah, sorry, carry on, Laura.
Where was I? Yeah, so this show has opened up many new things for us as well, and you learn stuff about yourself as well and how much you actually love your job.
Yeah.
So, I miss it, but I'm loving what we're doing.
I'm guessing having that dynamic as well of you three constantly together in the
Yeah.
same place as
Yeah.
well has brought you closer together as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So we met Pritch 4 weeks ago.
No, more than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
When was the first?
Yeah, it's about 4 weeks
Really?
ago.
It
Like
feels like a
mid-August, wasn't it? It feels like we know him in a lifetime. But we just click, and obviously G and I, we were friends.
Yeah.
Like when you travel the world with your friends, like it's amazing. Like how can you not love that job? But yeah, hopefully next time we get to do it, our Pritch will be with us, and we can be trackside.
I mean, going back to what you said earlier, like about being in the studio and stuff, I'm mega pissed off because I really like to be trackside, listening to the cars, and then when I say I'm mega pissed off, I'm really taking a piss. But I'd love to hear the cars and just seeing
incredible.
the excitement and the
Yeah,
crowds
something
and
else,
everything.
But I guess the good thing is the dynamic has given you the chance to learn about it now. So when you do go out there,
Absolutely, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was. You've got rounds in, and I wrote this down because there's a lot. Sweden, Finland, Latvia is this weekend. Portugal, Spain, Belgium, and Germany.
Yeah.
Which one would you have, if you could only pick one out of all of them to go to, which one would you have wanted to go to?
What's on your mind? Which one?
Barcelona.
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 Yeah, it's
Barcelona. It was the first time that we met. Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Oh, that's a tricky one. I don't know. I did Latvia last year.
Right.
So
I've heard many crazy stories about
Yeah, it's
Latvia.
a crazy place, but it was amazing. I just remember being in a rooftop bar. That's about it.
That's
Before
what
the
the
rain.
whole time
remember from the whole
Latvia.
event. That's all
That's
you
the only
remember.
memory you need, really.
It was raining, actually. It rained a lot. But do you know what? There were still so many fans, diehard fans in the rain, loving it still. And I was like, commitment.
Yeah. Pritch.
Where do you want to go?
I'd like to go to Portugal.
Yeah.
But I know Portugal, I think Portugal's cancelled this year, but I'd like to go to Portugal. I like Portugal.
Yeah.
It's lush, isn't it?
I think
the sun shines.
Lush, innit?
Wasn't it later on in the year though? Like November time? Would it still be nice?
October.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice in Portugal, isn't it? I mean, I'm not fussy.
Oh, apparently it's,
I like
snowing,
anywhere,
it's snowing,
really.
so they've cancelled it. So that's
Snowing.
apparently it's going to be snowing when it should have happened. So it's
I mean, if we're going off when it should have happened,
Little
I'll say
birdie told me.
Germany. Because Germany was near Christmas, wasn't it? Christmas markets in
Oh,
Germany.
that would
I'd
have been
love
nice,
that.
actually.
Do you like Germany as
Hold
well?
on.
Do love a German market.
Love a German
Big
market.
beers.
Bit of racing, bit of German market.
Bit of wine.
Chin chin.
chicken. So basically, you just want to go wherever you can get pissed the best. Is that what you're
Okay,
telling
We're
me?
not fussy.
We've really portrayed that picture.
The best rooftop bars. That's kind of like go on TripAdvisor.
No. But you've got to experience, like when you travel to these countries,
experience
there's absolutely no point going to sit in your hotel room.
Oh
like,
no,
Agreed.
completely.
Educate yourself.
I'm on your side on this rooftop bar, like 100%.
Good.
It's the first thing I look for.
Pritch travelling? You done?
Me,
You still want to do more?
No. I've been quite lucky to.
I mean, you've been a lot of places as
yeah,
well.
I've been quite lucky to travel the world doing what I do. So there's a few places I haven't been. I haven't been to Iceland. I haven't been to a few other places really, but I've been quite lucky to travel the world.
He
I
lived
think-
in
and it's-
Iceland.
I lived in Iceland for a year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's beautiful there.
It looks amazing.
It really is.
I want to go.
The Icelandic people are a little bit weird, but
What do you mean weird?
well, if you think as a country, they never really had tourism until like 50 years ago, so everyone's new to them.
So this guy turns up.
When I went, I
Aquaman.
doubled their brown population by like 50% in like 30 seconds by being there. They're lovely. They are rad people, but they're all just a little bit strange.
I just want to go. I want to go see the geezers, not like London geezers.
Yeah.
It's not like the Corders.
geezers in the floor
Yeah.
And the Blue Lagoon and all that kind of stuff. And it's quite expensive.
It is
as well.
very
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
But I think it's because they can't really produce anything there, so they ship everything over, so it doubles in price.
Got a better
immediately.
loaf of bread. It's like fucking 10 quid.
Yeah, look, honestly, I went to a bar once and I was in Reykjavik. I was flying home for a wedding and went to a bar to watch a football game while I was waiting for my flight, and realised I spent what I'd spent on a night out in England in about 20 minutes.
Wow.
So it is very expensive.
I'm not going in.
But the benefit of it is all the beauty and everything there is all outdoors, so it's all free.
Yeah.
So
Nature.
that stuff, it's everywhere there.
Yeah.
Honestly, everywhere you look in Iceland, nature.
You're into climbing up hills, aren't you, Pritch?
Climbing up hills.
Climbing up hills.
Yeah, I do like climbing up hills.
Yeah, so does he.
Yeah, I do. I went to.
We've done a whole podcast talking about it.
We did.
Have you done
I say
Snow-
talking,
have you
there was
done
a lot of
Snowdon
arguing going
or-
on.
I've done Snowdon.
Oh,
I
I
did
really
Snowdon
wanna
last
do
year.
Snowdon.
Yeah, it's good. Which way did you go? Clatbeddish Pass or?
Yeah, that would, yeah.
That's
And
9.5
it's-
miles, isn't it? That's
Yeah, and it is incredible. He did it as well.
I did it to prove him wrong.
Yeah, so he
And
had
that was
this
the only
thing about-
reason.
We had a big argument about mountaineering, and because I've done both kinds of. I've hiked up mountains. I've climbed up mountains. I went to Patagonia a couple of years ago and did like 5 mountains in a week. But he doesn't believe in climbing up mountains.
There's a Welsh settlement in Patagonia as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Patagonia is like my favourite
I
place
go
in the
down a
world.
treat. All right, boy, how are you? I'll have a loaf of bread, please, Pat, and a pint of beer. Lovely, thank you.
Well, judging by what you're doing currently, you'd be running up those mountains. Like your Ironman feats at the moment are pretty impressive.
Yeah, I haven't done one for a while, mine, but
Oh, go on.
I
Start
mean-
bragging.
yeah. Well, the last one was that was 10 irons in 10 days. So that was the biggie. But
10 what?
10 Ironmans in 10 days.
You did?
Yeah. Wouldn't believe it, would you? Looking at me.
That makes me sweat just thinking about it.
Have you got more planned?
I don't really want to mention the word, but
Yeah.
we agreed not to mention it.
We did.
So, but at the moment, I'm just enjoying
Once-
swimming, cycling, running, just free.
Just
happy days.
basically being as close to a superhero as you can without the
Yeah.
cape.
Without the cape.
Without the cape.
And
I
a
mean,
few
you,
more
you
tattoos.
you would look good in the cape. I'm not going to lie. So you could just wear a cape if you wanted
Not
to.
with that.
There you go.
Beard man is no longer, so that cape's gone now.
Yeah,
You've lost your superhero power.
It's like the Samson.
It's well known that
with beard.
when a man has a big beard, that's where all his power lies.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's really not true.
It's true.
So ZZ Top and that argument are like,
Like gods.
right, okay.
True story.
Yeah.
No?
No.
I mean, you've got a beard. You should probably
Yeah, I was going
agree.
to say, why
I
are you
have
not
got a
agreeing?
bit because he's full of shit, basically.
Sonny declared, this is what the argument was about, that, do you want to explain?
So, have you seen Free Solo, the documentary? There's a guy called Alex Honnold who's a climber in the States, and he climbed Yosemite El Capitan. It's 3,000 feet, no ropes, nothing.
Oh, wow.
Just, I mean, he's an experienced climber. He wasn't like a dude who
Yeah.
left the pub one day and went,
I'm going to climb
I'm going to go and climb that. And I said it was the greatest feat, modern feat.
No, you said, your exact words were, this is the greatest
Accomplishment.
sporting achievement of your lifetime. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
I stand by that.
A man climbing up a rock
No.
was the greatest sporting achievement of your lifetime.
It's a
Don't
It's
care.
a wall. It's not like it's a hill.
Okay.
It's a sheer rock.
I mean, he
face.
didn't have a rope,
He
granted.
didn't have any ropes
I
or
mean,
anything.
yeah, I think that's quite impressive.
But the greatest sporting achievement
What's
of
your
Wait,
greatest
Name one better.
He didn't have a
the
rope.
argument wasn't about me.
No.
If you haven't got a counter argument,
But if he slips, he's dead.
Yeah,
Exactly,
exactly.
yeah.
No, see,
So
now I
that's-
know there's no
that's-
rope.
yeah.
That
There's-
changes things.
once you're
massively.
past like 20, 30 feet, there is zero
like the
room.
fear factor.
Don't feed
You're
him.
dead, basically.
Don't feed him.
That's it.
No, I am going to.
No, I agree.
Honestly, from now on, I think we should we don't need you anymore. We can just do a podcast right here.
Yeah.
Can
That-
you tell us yours?
I don't
He
really
hasn't got
know,
one.
but
then-
I have many. You can't just pick
Right.
one greatest sporting
Yes, you can.
achievement.
That's why it's the greatest. That's why there's singular.
Yeah, but there's a lot good shit happen. That's
Right,
what I'm
tell us-
saying.
Tell us a bit of good shit that
Go on.
happens in your.
Lewis Hamilton, 6 times world champion, still going.
Meh.
Boring.
What do you mean meh?
Meh.
6 times world champion.
Other people have been champion.
Yeah.
No one else has ever climbed up that rock with no ropes.
I'm really sorry, but I'm team.
I know I
I've
agree.
always liked you.
Pritch, do you want to? It's no good asking you because you climb up mountains, so you're not going to side on me over with me, are you?
He'll run up it.
There's loads, isn't there?
There's
See,
no
it's
pressure.
not that simple, is it?
No, it's not simple.
No, it is. There's
And Lewis
There's
Hamilton
loads of
is
good-
impressive.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yes, of course he is.
He's
I'm not
just-
belittling that.
No,
but
he's
he didn't
a mega,
climb
but-
without a rope, and
No.
then
how far is it away from beating Schumacher?
1,
One. Louis
and he's pretty much won it this season. So
Yeah, amazing person, but he
It's
hasn't
about to
climbed
happen.
No.
with no rope.
I mean, he might do. Just because he
I
hasn't
mean,
tried
yeah,
it.
Give him a chance.
He's a Kevin Keegan as well.
Kevin Keegan.
Vegan.
Oh, he's vegan. I thought he was a Kevin Keegan.
Oh no, he don't
Kevin
play
Keegan
football.
is your space greatest sportist.
Cockney geezer, isn't it? He's a Kevin Keegan.
Thought he was in Formula 1. I missed the meeting.
Yeah, so because he claimed that literally the next day,
He
because
went-
I was saying climbing up a hill is your greatest
Not a
sporting
hill.
achievement. So
Not
we
a
had
hill.
this whole hill mountain
doing this
argument,
again. It's not a hill.
and then that's why I said to you hill climbing and not mountain climbing. Just
I think actually, you know, Wim Hof, the guy who does all the Iceman stuff.
Yeah.
He ran a marathon in the Arctic Circle in just a pair of boxer shorts. So that's
Up there.
up there.
Yeah.
it's better
And
than
I think
climbing up a
he
hill.
might have climbed Everest as well in just a pair of
That's a
boxer
big
shorts.
hill.
I don't know,
In
but-
just boxer shorts as well.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I know he did a marathon in the Arctic Circle with just boxer shorts.
Is
To
he
be fair,
sane?
if-
That's gnarly. That's
If any man does any sport in just his boxer
boxer
shorts,
shorts.
it's pretty impressive.
Is he sane though? Like, is he normal?
He's very sane. He's very switched on, actually. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
him
he's-
then.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's all
Boxer
you
shorts,
need.
I like him.
I'm not going to Google that.
'Cause he's in his
check
boxer
I'm,
out-
shorts.
I'm not
just
going to
check-
Google that.
Check out Wim Hof.
Okay.
He's a
Wim
good egg.
Hof.
I'm not Googling man climbs mountain in pants. That is not happening.
I don't believe you.
It's not happening.
Absolutely lying.
I mean, I might do it quickly, but just I'm private. But that's about it.
Okay. Incognito mode.
Yes,
Just
do
so
that.
that-
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's no FBI coming to my door. Then we'll do it that way.
Probably the FBI come to your house.
No, you never know.
Searching man in pants. Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
move on.
Move on.
Back to the podcast.
Yes.
Favorite country? G, go
Favorite country?
fast. Come on, quick, go.
We've been. What?
Wait, where? In what?
Any-
in what? In what?
Favourite country you've ever been to?
Racing?
Ever for any reason?
Mine's Cyprus.
Okay,
It's just very sentimental to me.
okay. Laura,
Yes, I'm going to choose somewhere that's close to me, Florida.
Florida. I mean, it's a state, but close.
America. then.
Okay, America. We're
If I'd
good.
have said America, you'd have gone whereabouts.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
exactly.
Okay, fine.
She specified. She beat you to it.
But America's great all over, really.
yeah, it's
It
great.
is good.
Great place.
Rich?
Ibiza.
Yes.
No, not just for that
Beauty.
land,
Yeah.
for the beauty, just the beauty of Ibiza.
Yeah,
I mean,
mountains
if
and
you look,
stuff, yeah.
if you look past the party scene of
Mountains,
Ibiza, it's
grass.
absolutely beautiful. Ibiza, Mallorca, Berlin.
Is
it with-
beautiful.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
Ibiza, there's like two sides to the island. There's like
Yeah,
the
there
crazy
is,
party
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful, yeah.
It's amazing. Really
What
good.
about you? What you do?
Yeah.
Mine's Argentina. I don't know about you.
Tamworth? No, it's not. No, that's.
No.
I mean, I do like Tamworth.
All right,
Although
mate.
it's not a.
Right, mate.
It's not a country. But I'll probably agree with you. Laura, America. I do love America.
Whereabouts?
San
Vegas.
You say
Francisco and
Vegas.
Vegas.
You say Vegas.
But you
it's
can't.
worth it,
Vegas.
right?
You can't.
Yes.
I don't think you can put Vegas in
I've never been.
with
Don't
all
go.
the others because it's not like any of the others.
Yeah.
So if you say Vegas, you've got to have a second one. So I think San Fran is probably the most beautiful.
Yeah.
I
would
think
love-
it's absolutely
I
incredible.
want to do
Yeah,
Route
it's amazing.
66. Maybe that should be our road trip.
Yeah.
Monster road trip.
Do it.
Route 66.
101's better. The 101
Okay.
goes from Washington State down to San Diego,
Nice.
and you haven't got to deal with all the rednecks. So it kind of goes.
Have you done it?
I've done 101, yeah.
Did you deal with rednecks?
No. I did
'Cause you went
nearly-
that way?
No, I nearly got shot when I was in Utah
Oh, amazing.
because I was the first brown person that had been there for about 50 years and went shopping just to buy some stuff. And was loading.
For a
He's
loaf of
laughing,
bread.
but I'm taking this really
Was
seriously.
I genuinely was loading up a camper van and a pickup truck with like 5 guys parked up, and they got out, and one guy was like, "Are you waiting for anyone?" I'm just having a cigarette, waiting to go drive. I was like, "No, you should probably leave." I was like, yeah, cool. You got guns. I'm not going to stay here.
No. I'm out of here.
And then they followed me for 45 minutes.
No.
I was only driving 15 minutes away and just carried on going.
It's true. I mean, he told me it's true.
Yeah.
Wow, scary.
I've got no reason to think he's lying.
No, exactly that.
I've got better stories I could lie about than nearly dying because rednecks.
It's true.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, no, so it was an experience. I mean, I didn't die. Although I've got loads of stories where something nearly happened, but nothing did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm filled with those stories.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like, you'll tell a story and you'll think, oh, there's a sick punchline coming, and you'll get to the end. And that was that. And nothing happened.
A constant anticlimax.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody died. Nothing. You know.
Here I
That's
am.
it.
Yeah, but I'm guessing Pritchard's stories are the opposite. They just get
Yes.
more and more.
Go on. Tell us.
Oh, I'm not.
One of the
No,
worst.
no, no, man.
Tell us a podcast.
I'll get fucking arrested. Do you want me to say? Yeah. Dolphin sound.
Dolphin sound.
A podcast.
Can we use that dolphin sound as the dolphin sound?
A podcast semi-friendly travel story.
Sorry, I had to say it.
Doesn't matter.
You're fine.
It's fine.
That was so cool.
You missed sausage.
Yeah, I got
Semi-friendly. Go on.
What kind of stories?
Anything. Just a
what-
cool travel
just
story.
A story that pops into your mind.
My mind's gone blank.
Come on, Pritch. You can do this.
Well, having my mate's name tattooed
On
on
your
my
dick?
on my cock, yeah. I mean, nobody knows. Everyone knows I got the name tattooed on my cock, like Dayton's name on my knob. I got I Love Dayton on my knob, but nobody knows the story of how I got on there. Because I was in a bar in Bangkok, and I don't know why I always thought I was stitching him up by having his name on my cock. So I'm pretty much stitching myself up
Because now
on your dick.
you've got his name on.
It's still
your
on my,
name.
every time I crack one off, I look at my mate's name. So, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, nice. But I was in a bar in Bangkok, and there was just people having a drink and stuff, and they said, right, yeah, the tattoo is turned up, and he goes, oh, you need to go to the toilet and have a wank, because you need to come back with a stiff cock. So I was like,
So you'd booked him for this reason. He knew what he was coming to do.
It was all set up for the camera. And
Right,
all this kind
okay.
of stuff. So I had to go to the toilet and start doing, you know what. Fucking Mark Williams, 2 times world snooker champion, phones me as I'm cracking one off. And I'm like, Williams. And he's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm having a wank.
In Bangkok.
What are you having a wank for? What the fuck? He said, I'll explain later. So I just carried on.
I like that you answered the phone.
literally walked into the bar with this fucking stiffy, people just having a drink. And he says, oh, you need to tie a thing on the end of your knob to keep the blood in it. So he could tattoo it. So then I sat there in a bar whilst people were drinking, and he was tattooing I Love Dayton down my knob. And that's the story. And that's the story. And then 2 weeks later, I showed Dayton. He fucking freaked out, and that's when I found out the paintball record that I was meant to have had.
103 was it?
103, and
Yeah.
he then confessed to me that was a complete wind-up, so I felt like a dick.
I actually
And then
nearly
I had his
cried
name
when
on
I
it.
watched that. I felt so bad for you.
Yeah.
I nearly cried. I was like, oh.
We on the way down here, we had this conversation
Yeah, we were.
because he was listing. He was going. He's triathlon. He does ultramarathons. He's a world record holder. I said,
Chef.
"Oh, what for?" He went off for the world most paintballs. I went, "No, no,
No, let's not talk about that. one.
not that simple, my friend. There's a whole story."
I feel like they should have put you in there. Just for
I
the,
told my mum, I phoned everybody. When I'm in the Guinness Book of Records, because the papers he gave me were like
Legit.
They were proper legit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got this. And I was just phoning up. I'm in the Guinness Book of Records. And then he told me, I was like,
It's so
has there been
so
anything?
gullible.
Has there been anything since then that you thought, you know what, I want to get in, but maybe not get shot 103 times and end up with my dick tattooed?
What, in the Guinness Book of Records?
Yeah.
Well, I did 30 half Ironman in 30 days. That was the record at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did. It wasn't a Guinness Book Records because it cost a fucking fortune. But to get
It's not
the Guinness
$5,000 or something just
Yeah,
for
is
someone
that
to
what
come
it
out.
is?
Yeah, because they just
Really?
for a day. So
the
it's
man
like,
just comes out and goes
time.
tick, and then it's like $5,000. Thanks.
You know what? The fake paperwork says good as. So as far as I'm concerned, you're in the
30
book.
30 times $5,000 is So I just so it was an unofficial world record, but it was,
That's still, I mean, that counts as far as I'm concerned.
yeah.
I'd put you in my Guinness Book of Records
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But you know what, the name on his name on my cock now. It just looks like a weathered sailor's tattoo because it's so old. It's just spludged. I'm not showing you.
I don't think you should be telling everyone it's
And
so old.
worn. Do I want to say that word? No, let's not.
You don't.
Let's just
No,
change
no.
subject.
Okay, yeah. We're not allowed to talk about his dick anymore.
I'm so glad you brought it up though, and we didn't have to, so I appreciate that. Nice one. That was not where I was expecting the funny travel story to go, but I mean, as stories go, it's up there.
It's the best travel story I've heard. I'm not going to lie.
It's not really a travel. Well, it is.
I mean, you were in
story.
Bangkok, so it's a travel story.
Yeah. Happy days.
There we go.
How is traveling now? I mean, at least you don't have like scorpions thrown on you and stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, is there a difference now? Obviously, like when you were traveling before for the show and stuff like that, and there was just constant insanity and craziness going on. When you're traveling now, do you sleep better knowing that people aren't putting scorpions on your dick? No one's going to tattoo you anyway. You don't want to be tattooed, or do they fuck with you constantly? Just like quietly.
Have the girls taken over that role? I think we're trying to say.
Not yet.
Do they wind you up?
Not yet. No.
He winds us up.
Not yet.
So you're building up his trust.
Yeah.
Oh, have we let the cat out of the bag?
I mean, I'm a different man to what I was years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have fun.
Yeah, we
It's all
do.
good, yeah. Don't mess around until tomorrow.
We're staying until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you seen this as with the Aftertrack and the presenting stuff? Are you seeing this as a new chapter, or adding on to what you're already doing, or because you've gone presenting in terms of your vegan, your books and you've done stuff for you've got a YouTube channel as well and stuff like that. So you're kind of already dealing with the cameras in that sense compared to before. Is this something different, or?
I mean, I've always done sort of stuff in front of the camera, but everything's always different. I mean, well, like you said, like the Sanchez stuff, the vlog stuff, the Dirty Sanchez, and now I'm doing this. But you know, I mean, I'm enjoying doing this, and like I said, I'm new to this. I'm just starting to learn about it. I do love motorsport, and you know, with the help of the girls as well, you know, they know more than me. So they're teaching me, I'm watching it, and every week I'm learning more, and I'm really enjoying it. So, I mean, if, you know, I'd love to carry on doing this. You know, it's exciting. And fingers crossed we can carry on going into the future and building this brand and building this TV series and making it absolutely tip-top.
Yeah.
Because it's great working with these two as well. It's good
Well, you were saying you presented before.
I've done like bits and bobs. I wouldn't say anything massive, but I trained in acting at uni. So yeah, I mean, kind of, it's nice to be doing this again. To be completely honest, like, I mean, I've been off for like the last couple of years. I've got a daughter, so I've been off doing mum life. But no, I'm back, and like I said, I think I'm really blessed to be working with you two because we get on so well. It's not only you two; everybody else who puts it together behind the scenes. They're all fantastic. Everyone is honestly top notch.
Yeah.
How did you find it first time coming in? Is it something you want to...
What, presenting?
Yeah.
It's very different for me. I've never done anything like it. I mean, I was a trainee lawyer, so I have stood up in front of a room and spoke to a judge, so I'm confident in that way, but I mean, it's maybe a little bit.
And you incorporate that in the show as well, don't you?
We do, yes. We do a Judge Laura scene, which is, so when there's an incident, it's a bit of a comical scene. I make the decision. The drivers interact as well, which is really cool. So that we did that on the first race. There was quite a bad crash on the first race.
Yeah.
So we was able to do it then. But the last race, I mean, the guys, they were a bit boring. They didn't really create any argy-bargy fun. So we couldn't really do that.
So you need more chaos to play off,
hopefully
basically.
Latvia, we need some people to be...
It doesn't
racing, isn't it?
It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's work. Let's be honest. Like, you guys just seem to just have a laugh pretty much from start to finish.
You say that, but you're not. I think you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. It is long days. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot
What goes on behind the scenes is no work.
No, it's a lot of it's a lot of fun, but there is a hell of a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people aren't seeing.
Are you one-take Pritch or are you multi-take Pritch?
Oh, multi-take Pritch. I mean...
Many times.
I mean, the first week was good. Last week I had a bit of a nightmare and ended up just...
What word do you say?
I couldn't get my words out. And
What?
I'm my own worst enemy because I stress myself. Because if I can't get it right first time or second time, then I stress myself out.
Yeah.
And then I just lose the plot. And I lost the plot and I just shouted sausage. and
that's our thing now.
I just said that word
Yeah,
twice.
no,
Sorry, you're going to have to use the
too.
dolphin sound again. But
It's fine.
anyway, we all laughed our heads off and it was fun.
It's
And
brilliant.
Why sausage?
I don't know.
just
It
come
just,
up, man.
it just works, you know.
Okay.
What you could do though is keep saying it. That's literally the one rule we have. And you're just enabling everybody.
How many times now? No.
3? Are we on 3?
My favourite part is listening to Pritch in his thick Welsh accent pronounce the drivers' names. Rudkanen is one of my favourites.
Yeah, there's some tricky names there.
There is.
I mean, Welsh or not, there's some tricky names.
Yeah,
I
there's
agree.
a lot of Scandinavian
Yeah.
names that are quite difficult to pronounce at the
It
best
is.
of times. But in a thick
good.
Welsh accent,
I know Liam Doran.
nailed it.
What was it? I think it was it the first? I remember you watching and you was reading the top 10 of the championship, and it was
I had to do-
Matthias Ekstrom, and it was literally you was reading it so slowly to get it right because it was so difficult
My
to say.
favourite part of that is you got to 3 and then jumped to 8. It was like, you know what? Just
But we were watching and we were thinking, oh my God, I'm so glad we're not doing that because I do not have a clue what they say.
Because literally, well, it wasn't on camera, it was just on the mic.
Yeah.
So I just had this bit of paper and I just looked at it and went, oh, holy shit. I thought, here we go. And yeah, he just said, yeah, just do the first 3 and then just jump to the last one. I went, oh, you genius. Thanks very much.
I'm sure you'll mention the others at some point
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the season. They'll get there. They'll get their
The
time.
more it goes on, the more
but
I'll
it gives you
get
time
it.
to learn them as well, so you're going to be fine by the end.
It is fun. I was like, how's he gonna? And then you went 1, 2, 3. I thought this is gonna be good.
8.
8. Yeah. Fair play. Fair play. He's done. He's played a blinder there.
Smart
He's done
move.
well there.
Yeah,
Smart
yeah.
move. Smart man. Just need 8. Just
Yeah,
the top
that's
8's fine. That's enough. It's good fun. It is good. It's good. It's such a different show, and I think I was watching it on YouTube, and I think it went out as a live broadcast. And the live chat is also running at the same time as the show.
Yeah. All the
Yeah,
comments.
the comments up the side.
Like,
So you know, so you can see people are tuning in, going, "What?
Yeah.
Hello? Like, what's this?" Because they tune in expecting Rallycross because it's on the Rallycross YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, "Oh yeah, more racing, more this," and then there's you in the G-force,
Yeah.
the gyroscope thing,
Yeah.
and then there's you in your great big red jacket, and people are going, "What is going on?
What is this circus?"
What? You come out of a tent, and everyone's going, "What is this on the right channel?" But then more people you watch, the more people are like, "This is fucking brilliant. This is really fun." And people was like, it was getting really, as they started to understand that they wasn't going to get the complete technical breakdown of a rallycross engine, and it's not that kind of show, and you shouldn't expect that. More people kind of went, "Oh, this is actually really cool." And I think people kind of understood, once they understood what it was, there were some really good comments on there. And I think it's, you're in a tough spot because of that. Stage rally and rallycross are quite niche motorsports. So you've got your die-hard fans. You will always have that. In any sport, you'll always have your die-hard fans, but F1, it's worldwide and stuff like that. But rallycross especially, you've got, I mean, we went to Hell in Norway. Is it Norway? Hell? I think there was like 80,000 people there.
Wow.
In something that's the size of a tiny little football field. The crowd was like 10, 15 deep.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like it.
Incredible.
And they're all super die-hard motorsport fans all of their life, especially in Scandinavia, like you said, where a lot of the rally champions come from. To then watch you guys on a rally cross show, it must be difficult for you to kind of, probably not so much yourself, Pritch, because you wasn't that clued up on the sport to begin with, but you guys have been there and experienced that.
Yeah.
Was that a worry? Like, was you like, shit?
I think one of
Trying to get beers.
the things that we all said, we were like, oh God, how are people going to take this? How's it going to be received? Because, like you said, they're coming on there and they are expecting to see everything just about rallycross constantly. However, I feel that once, I mean, at first, of course, like you said, you've got the diehard fans that are a bit like, oh, what is this? But I feel that it is such a relatable show.
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun. And it is also, I think, for the people, I mean, like you, British, who could be watching it and don't necessarily know much about rallycross, we're breaking it down for them and also giving a little bit of fun in the situation that we're in at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, we're so lucky that we're still able to do this.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of after racing shows, they'll say like just show a few highlights, or they'll talk about who won the race, what happened. Like, we're bringing a little bit more content to it, so it is a bit more fun. Like some shows just want to show you, okay, this was the winner. And that's what people want to see. But there is also the people out there that want to see, like, for example, we had a driver do a vlog of travelling from, was it Sweden to Finland?
Yeah.
And that's really cool. Like some fans would think, oh my, I want to see what they're doing on that road trip to each track and setting up and the hospitality, tents, not hospitality.
What the camping side of things?
No, like what the cars are,
The pits.
awnings and stuff.
Paddock.
Yeah, so obviously we've got Neil Cole there that does some insights with the paddock and things. And I think once it gets going, people will notice the platform and will really, really adapt to it and love it. I mean, I want to know what goes on in the scrutineering bay and what the teams get up to when they're not actually on the track with the cars and stuff. And you're going to always get them fans who just literally want to see.
They want everything.
Yeah, of course.
And I think there's always going to be people that give a little bit of negativity anyway. And I think at the end of the day, that's just the internet. But I think, like you said, we've been receiving some great feedback from people, and I think we're thoroughly enjoying it. So,
I mean, yeah, for me, I mean, I'm like you said, I'm new to it. So,
Yep.
But you know, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And you know, and the more I do, the more I learn.
I think that shows as
Happy
well.
days,
Like
man.
the fact that you know what's going on and you're actively getting to know and enjoying it. It does show like that you're actually interested, rather than it's just a job. You're like, oh, whatever, just do that bit to camera and off we go and that sort of thing. And it's
not static, and it's not. I feel like because it's so like loose, I guess, and because we're so relaxed and we're having so much fun, I think that's why it's so relatable with people. Like, I think that, like you said, there's loads of different after shows for like 4 different sports, and they're quite straight laced. We're definitely not that.
there's definitely not that.
No.
I think that is the thing. So for me,
It's definitely not straight.
for me as well, like the benefit is that there's people like him who know the ins and outs of it, and people like me who don't, and it makes it accessible for both.
Yes.
So it's a good gateway to kind of like, oh, I'll watch this because it's entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
And then well, what's going on with that driver and what's going on with this? And it's a good kind of like stepping stone to get into the sport and keep it entertaining and kind of like.
It's nice to speak to Neil as well, because Neil, trackside, you know, he knows everything about it.
Yeah.
He's such a professional as far as presenting is concerned, as far as the whole sport is concerned. So speaking to him and everything, and he's giving me details via the piece and stuff. Yeah, it's great. Brilliant.
And also, like, people like yourself who don't necessarily know so much about the sport, it'll bring new people, like, onto the platform, so it's an easier way in, so they actually know instead of switching on the TV and thinking, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully it brings more fans to the World Rallycross as well.
I think it will.
That's our aim.
Yeah.
And
So a lot of people who know me, fingers crossed, they can go, well, what's he doing that?
that's the
And
thing,
then hopefully then they can go, well, what's this then?
Yeah.
And then that brings them
Bringing
to the
a lot of
sport, which
different
brings
people to
more
the
people
sport.
to the
Yeah.
sport.
And I think, like, what we were saying, especially with us, people know us, like, originally as the Monster Girls.
Yeah.
I think what's nice is that they can see that there is a different side to us. This is what we can do also. So,
well, this show is kind of your behind the scenes. So like people have just noticed you. There you go, whatever you're doing, walking around. Like they get to know you and
I think, like we said, you do your Judge Laura skit, but that's another branch onto who you are as a person. You're a lawyer. So I think it's good to see a different side of all of us, and you included, Pritch. Yes. Say yes.
Just
Agree.
Georgia,
I guess it must be, the good thing for you must be, Pritch, like going from, I guess a lot of people still see you as almost a character of what you were compared to the person who you are. And there's an expectation of you to be
that guy.
Still, even though you are now vegan, running the world whenever you can. And
What, does vegan make you boring?
no, not at all. We've had that argument on the podcast as well.
I mean,
I'm very pro-vegan.
Yeah.
Jake.
I think once you've done a show like Dirty Sanchez, people will always expect you to be that 24-hour nutcase. I mean, the girls know I'm not the 24-hour nutcase.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite a
20
quiet
hours.
guy, but you know, I can have a laugh. And,
But that's what I mean.
and-
Does this enable you to open up that side of you as well? So you're not just constantly performing. You get to
I'm not
actually-
constantly performing monkey,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed being that performing monkey
Yeah.
years ago, and I still have my moments, and you know, I'm not perfect, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
I don't consider it an imperfection by any means, by the way.
No,
like,
no, I know
like
that.
the foundation of what got you in position that in the first place, you know what I mean? But it's also not just being Pritchard.
I mean, I think I always thank skateboarding for where I am today, because skateboarding gave me everything.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for skateboarding, I don't think I'd be sitting here now. So skateboarding, Sanchez, you know, I thank it all, and here I am here.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys with
Yeah.
these girls, so it's all happy days.
Well, I
man.
guess that was kind of the doorway because I guess the benefit with skaters is skaters always have cameras on them because I'm a big fan of skateboarding. I grew up with skateboarding and stuff like that. And I think it's one of those things where that's almost kind of like what got you into the industry in the first place was through skating.
Yeah, it was skateboarding. Yeah.
Do you still skate a lot now?
Yeah, I still skate quite a bit. I've actually got not a pro board, a bro board coming out on 40 skateboards, which launches next week.
Okay, cool.
And it's a almost like a copy of my Matt Pritchard and Friends from my Panic.
That was the one with Homer Simpson
That's
and
That's
Jim
the
Morrison.
Skateboarder.
Yeah.
So this one is almost like ones with famous friends that I actually have known now for over years, if that makes sense. But Pete Fowler, the original, he did this one, and I've got a copy in my house, and it's sick. So that's launching next week. So I still do skate, but not like what I used to. Yeah. I mean, the last time I went skateboarding, I went to Dubai with Daint and stuff for the 40 skateboard trip and ended up fracturing my spine. So it's, I mean, I got a 25-year-old mind, 47-year-old body who still thinks he can still do the same stuff, but it doesn't happen. So
how was that limitation? What, have you had to change the way you skate and stuff like that, or do you still just go for fucking everything you see?
It's just you've got to have a bit of discipline, and I haven't got any discipline, but
at all.
It's just like,
makes you a better skater, though.
Fuck it, man, I'm going to do it, and then you pay the consequences. But I still love skateboarding. Skateboarding's amazing. I love watch skateboarding, and it's in the Olympics now. It's going massive. So hey, it's all good.
But a fractured spine's pretty serious.
Yeah, they had 6 months off. I put 1.5 stone on as well. So
how long ago was this?
September, October last year.
And you're good now? All fixed?
Yeah.
Does it fix?
During lockdown, I think March the 30th, the doctor said I could start training again. So
how long after did it take you? Was it like the day after, or was it like as soon as you left, you just ran back? Or
no, I managed to go. I mean, lockdown happened, and then I got a watt bike in my house, so I just trained all through lockdown, and I just lost all the weight again, and I'm back to normal again now. So it's all good. I'm still walking. I can still dance.
That's all that matters.
Happy days.
I couldn't imagine the training that you've done, and you said you haven't got any discipline, but I think the way you've been eating and training, I think that's the opposite of what you really is. The dedication to do the marathons and the everything else. I struggle not to go into a Greggs when I walk past, let alone not eating and doing everything that you've done to do that. I just can't.
It's all that as well. It's just mental health as well, just to keep you. Yeah. If I don't do anything, I just go stir crazy.
Is that all it is? Is it a matter of whatever you're doing, you're going to do it to the best of the ability you can do it to? Yeah, and as soon as it became that. Because that was the vegan thing as well, because you didn't just become vegan, you're a published author of vegan books.
Yeah.
So rather than just going, I'm vegan now, you went, I'm going to make other people at least appreciate.
Well, I'm a chef by trade. That was that was my job. I actually left school. I went to college to study to be a chef. I got a job in a restaurant, which the manager was a fucking knobhead. And anyway, cut long story short, I ended up cleaning windows, and then I turned professional skateboarder. So that sort of went, and then Sanchez happened. So I sort of gone full circle. I become vegan, and then I got interested in cooking. I've always been interested in cooking. Yeah. And then I had to find meat substitutes and stuff, and I just started getting into cooking again. And I started the YouTube channel, and BBC saw it, and then they said, "Oh, we're interested in doing a TV show." So it just, and then Dirty Vegan started.
Well, that's what I went to my mate's house and saw your book at his house, and I was like, "Is that Pritchard?" He's like, "Yeah, he's got like a book out." I was like, "That's how I discovered that you were vegan and a published author now of vegan books." Because you got 2 out, right?
Yeah, 2. Yeah. So they came out, and it just went from there, really.
I'd just like to point out I bought your book the other day.
I've got another copy for you in the car.
Have we gotten to sign it yet?
Thank you.
We've never had a published author on the podcast.
We haven't.
Before.
This is our first.
There you go. Tick
I
that
feel
box.
posh.
Tick that box. Put that on your CV, Pritch.
You can, yeah.
You can put that on your CV, mate. We'll let you. That's not a problem. Are they your drinks?
My drinks in my hand. Are they your drinks?
They're upsetting me being there. Are they your drinks? Get your drinks.
They're everyone's drinks.
Get your drinks.
Just get on the podcast.
Get your drinks.
Share a microphone. Sit on my lap. Not my lap, his lap.
Because, I mean, they're kind of, like,
There.
They're there, and they're not getting drunk, and it's a waste, and it's stressing me out.
Not getting
I don't
drunk.
like waste.
Who's this, the little one?
You actually got me 2 more pints of Coke.
Do you want to move that?
3 pints of Coke.
Just take the tray, please.
All right, princess, calm down. It's going to be
I'm
all
just
right.
looking at them, they're bubbling away, and it's stressing me out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Are you
you.
better
Shout
now?
out.
I feel better now.
Are you all right?
Now we're back to as we was.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
I've also forgot what we was talking about, which isn't a great podcast situation.
Published
to be in.
author.
Published author. Are you girls published authors?
No.
If
No,
you
no,
were going to
mate.
write a book, what would you write a book on?
Good
I
question.
mean, you can go with law.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the most.
Also, law. Do people call you law?
Yeah.
My closest friends.
Law
are
does
families.
law.
Law, yeah. Law, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go, yes, I do actually.
Would you write a book on law?
Is it a bit boring?
Yeah.
I'd write a book about being a mum but juggling like my life that I do at the same time. That you can be a cool mum. Yeah.
That
that's what I
does
would do.
sound like a. I mean, I'm not a mom, but I imagine if
What?
I was one. Honestly, did you not know?
No.
Not a mother, but that would be a book that would come in useful to a lot of people.
Hey, you could be a mum, but you can be a cool mum at the same time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to show Katie Price that being a mom and being Katie
I think she was
Price
a bit too cool, but yeah.
isn't the way that it needs to be.
Is that Jordan?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Like, you don't need to do that.
Each
Why
to
should
their
I
own.
call Jordan?
That's not being a cool mom and
That was
then
her modelling name.
That's
Going
that's the extent
extra.
of my knowledge of
Do you know
that
what I mean? Have you
human.
met Jordan?
No.
Katie Price?
No.
Yeah.
Have you girls met her?
No.
No way.
Never. No.
I couldn't pick.
I don't think I would want to.
would you
I
like
couldn't
to
pick
meet
her out of a
Would
lineup.
I like to meet?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm happy to meet anyone.
Yeah.
So
That's a positive attitude,
And if
and I
I
like
meet
that.
her, she could be lovely. So
She could be in your book.
yeah, I mean, maybe.
Don't put her in your book. Jesus Christ.
I'll sell a few more copies. You never know.
Nobody'd buy it. No,
What
anyway.
would your book be on?
Why don't you like her so much?
Yeah, well, you got the,
Is she your
did she
ex?
hurt you? Did she hurt you?
She's definitely not my ex. Jesus
Did she
Christ.
say no to a selfie?
There's been some crazy ones in the past, but not Jordan. Not that crazy.
Did she say no to herself? That's a good question.
Yeah, did
Did
she say no to a
herself?
selfie?
I think you probably met her at a Max Power show. Remember the Max Power shows back in the day? Did you ever? You done? Oh, I think you done with Sanchez. You done a few car shows.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
Donington. I remember seeing you in Donington.
Yeah, because they used to have the flames and stuff.
That's
going
it.
Out the back
Yeah.
and then getting her hair burnt.
I
and
seem to
stuff,
remember
yeah.
you putting a fish hook in your ear and a car driving off.
That was it. Oh,
That was the one.
That's just come to me now.
Yeah.
In an arena somewhere.
Yeah.
Can I just say, we're sat talking about Katie Price and you're sat with a Hooters hat on.
Yeah. So
What's why?
Don't ever mention Hooters and Katie Price in the same sentence again. Do not tar that name with the Katie Price brand, please. Thank you very much.
Why do you have a Hooters hat?
Why did you have such an agenda against Katie Price?
I just don't like her.
All right, that's fair.
You know, when the people just grate on you.
The thing is, I know him, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Rallycross and Katie Price.
Just welcome to the Archer of the
What a
Devil
combination.
podcast.
But literally,
But no, Hooters is life. Have you been to Hooters?
Hooters isn't life.
I have been to.
do you know what?
is
I'm
this
going to
the
be
one?
honest. I haven't been.
Yeah, missing nothing really.
Chicken
It's-
wings. Is
it's
that
Shut
right?
your dirty
It's
mouth.
good
There's
chicken.
nothing
It's-
wrong with Hooters.
I'm not saying there's anything bad with it. It's good. It's average.
It's a family
to
friendly.
all right
Oh,
chicken
is
wings.
it family
It's
friendly?
a family
family
friendly
friendly.
restaurant
Family
that
friendly.
serves
I like
great
I can
food.
take my daughter there for a Sunday lunch. Yeah.
100%.
Honestly, I will vouch for this. It is family friendly.
Oh, is it?
It is.
It's like a
Okay.
strip bar. It's a restaurant.
They're all
Getting very defensive now.
they're all very
Covered
covered.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
don't
food's
know.
great.
Sponsored by Hooters.
I wish. I wish. Hooters, if you're watching.
Check us out.
Sorry, Pritchard, I don't think they do a vegan. No,
I
where
bet
did
they
No.
do now. I bet they do now.
Well, there used to be a vegan, the vegans, a Hooters in Cardiff, and it lasted.
There was-
It lasted about 3 weeks.
I've been to that. I've been to that Hooters.
Oh, did you?
I've been to that Hooters.
Why
Yeah.
did they
Right
close
next
it?
to the CIA.
Yeah. And they used to do. I think it was a Wednesday. I went or something like that, and they did like £20 for
Wing Wednesday.
unlimited chicken wings.
I knew it.
Wings?
I knew it.
This is
Wings
that was years
Wednesdays?
ago, man.
Wings
And my girlfriend literally wiped. I've never seen anyone consume chicken wings so quickly.
Really?
Poor
honestly.
chickens.
Did she want you out of there?
Why did it close?
Because
It's made me a bit sad.
I think nobody
I don't know,
went.
yeah.
Nobody went.
There's one in Nottingham, which is the longest running one in England. Well,
It's the only running one
Yeah,
in
there
England.
was one in Birmingham for about a week and a half.
Just saying.
There was the one in Cardiff.
For
And
3 weeks.
that was it. So now you've gone to Hooters worldwide, haven't you?
Pretty much. Wherever there has been one, I've gone to.
I went to one in Switzerland.
I wonder why.
And
Good chicken. The only reason.
Great breast.
Is it based?
Chicken breasts are great.
Is it based on chicken hooters, or is it just?
They're
just
known for
based
their
on-
wings, but they do burgers and
breasts.
everything else. Yeah,
Don't
they
know,
do.
the breasts.
They do.
Breasts.
Honestly, you're missing
We
nothing.
would never get a job.
It's Nando's
Please.
with boobs.
Shut up.
It's Nando's with
Have
boobs.
you been, Pritch, to the most unhealthy restaurant in the world in Vegas?
Tell
the
me
Heart
more.
Attack.
Heart Attack Grill.
Heart Attack Grill.
No,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was meant to go there. Oh.
Do you know what
Tell
their
me.
vegan menu is?
I
20
didn't-
cigarettes. Straight up. On the menu, the vegan option is 20 cigarettes.
You are joking.
No,
No, I have a feeling
True
that may be
story.
true.
Serious?
it's a true story. They
wanna
don't
know?
have vegetarian. They have lard in,
So
in the
basically,
soft drinks.
everything is meat.
Oh, it's the most
and the vegan,
unhealthy-
the vegan menu is
Yeah.
20 cigarettes.
You go in and you wear
Jesus-
like
Jesus God of
like a what they're called, like a cape, like you're going for a gown for an operation.
Someone
And all
told me
the-
I've seen
all the-
photos of this.
Yeah, and all the waitresses wear like the doctor scrubs and everything else. And
This
if you
is why
don't
we
eat your
don't go
burger,
eat
they
together
spank you with
I
a
was
anywhere.
going to
paddle.
say, that's the one that you get whipped, isn't it?
Yeah,
What?
they spank
You
you
get
with a
whipped
big
in
wooden
there.
board.
Where are you going?
It's
I
Vegas.
just see loads of
Vegas.
meat eaters
It's
sitting
Vegas,
around the
baby.
table and loads of
I need
vegans
to go
smoking
to it.
cigarettes. It
They
just
do.
sounds
They
fucking
do,
wrong.
and it's an octuple burger, so it's 8 burgers with I think it's 56 rashers of bacon
People actually eat that.
and cheese.
I still stand by bacon's overrated. Just by FYI.
I'm sorry, that's just
no.
that's
I don't like bacon.
The scales outside,
Bacon's overrated.
and if you
Wrong,
weigh over 500 pounds, you eat for free.
Wow.
And there's big
Oh, you
scales
get
outside.
rewarded for being overweight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Diabetes Weekly.
The guy who
welcome
owns
to
it.
Heart Attack World.
It's exactly what it is. The guy who owns it did an interview. I think it was on like GMTV or something like that. And he bought an urn of his best friend's ashes with him to the interview, put it on the table, and they was doing the interview and whatnot. And they said, "So who's that?" He went, "Oh, that's my best friend. He ate in my restaurant every night." And they're like, but it
I'm not
killed
sure
him.
this
And he
guy's-
went, "Yeah, it did, yeah, because we're the most unhealthy restaurant
Have
in
you
the
been
world."
there?
I've been there
Bros for life.
twice.
What did you get?
Of course you are.
A double, just a double burger,
Wow.
and spanked because I couldn't eat it all.
What a wimp.
Brutal.
Wait, were you like one bite away? And
I
you
got
were like,
whipped, I got spanked by a midget.
Bet you did.
was it optional?
She was fucking savage.
Did you get a choice of people?
I'm 6'4". She's not. She
she
only
had a
got the
midget?
back of my legs. Swear to God, I've never
got your
felt pain like it.
ankles.
She didn't even hit my ass. She was straight on the back. You know when your mum used to smack
But
you in the
my-
back of the legs when you was
but-
younger, but with a fucking wooden paddle.
But my question is,
Twice.
did you on purpose leave a piece of your burger?
Did what?
Did you leave a part purposefully?
No, I took it for someone else, actually. The first time I went, I didn't eat mine. The second time I went, I learned, got a smaller burger, ate it all, and then took it for someone else.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't go and not get spanked. It's kind of, you know.
Part of the fun.
I thought you meant to Vegas. I was like,
No, not to Vegas. No, to the Heart Attack Grill. So you've never been there, Pritch, no?
Vegas.
No. Heart Attack Grill.
Oh no.
I can't even imagine you in Vegas, Pritch. That's just like
I-
overload.
Can we-
I
Please do it.
love Vegas. It's great.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I did Vegas is actually. I'm not going to go on that subject.
You
Yeah.
carry
No,
on,
Vegas-
Pritch.
carry on.
No, Vegas is closed down, isn't it?
It's gone. Yeah.
Vegas, most probably
The
one
C
of the
word.
best places
Not
on
that
planet.
one.
Planet
The
Earth.
other
Yeah,
C
yeah,
word.
the band word.
I love gambling. I love everything to do with Vegas. Is brilliant. So
Yeah, it's that's
It is
one of
great,
that's, honestly I think it's one of the best trips I've ever been
I
on.
still need to go. I always said
You
when,
go to
when I get
Vegas?
to 25,
Yeah.
I want to go, and I'm 26 now.
you haven't been yet. Have you?
No, no.
I went on a hen do with 30 people.
Oh.
It was unreal.
Jesus.
Unreal.
Stay away.
Yeah.
I did a bachelor's party there with Americans. Me.
American.
Well, the guy, the groom. No, it wasn't that one, was it? I've been best man 3 times.
I wasn't there while you were asking me.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I've been best man 3 times, and one of them was for a guy that lived in San Francisco, and he was getting married in Croatia. I think that's why he asked me to be best man, to be honest. It's probably a cheaper flight. But we ended up going to the bachelor party that he had in Vegas. Probably the best week of my life.
Yeah.
To date. I could even have kids and it'd probably top that, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think
I could say the same. I think it was
I think
probably it's the most unforgettable trip like,
it's-
ever, and you never speak about it now.
it's unreal. Like,
Vegas and that.
What goes
Everything-
on in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes, it
or
does.
goes on the podcast.
All goes to the podcast.
They're kind of the rules.
We do try and edit up. We have got. Well, you told your Vegas story, edited in parts. because my mum might watch one day when she realises that we're doing a podcast. Yeah, your Vegas stories are. I went by myself, so it was relatively uneventful.
That was part of his solo trip.
I spent more time in the national parks in Utah and everywhere else, like in Joshua Tree and everything, than I did in Vegas. But that tells you more about me than you need to know. Really.
Yeah, but then those places are ace, though.
They're incredible.
Yeah, really,
they are incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, nature.
Yeah,
Happy
I'm
days.
definitely a nature person.
Yeah.
Like I am. I feel.
But then it's good to go in and out, innit?
There is a balance. When I lived in Iceland, where I lived, the population was 26 people. But literally 26 people. There's probably more people in this room than. We had like thousands of tourists coming because there's like a big waterfall there. But like once 6 o'clock came and everything shut down, there's just you and the people you live with. Which after like 6 months, I understand why the movie The Shining happened the way it happened, because people suck when you see them all the time. But
you listening? Don't spend too much time together, because you'll end up in a movie trying to kill each other.
other humans every once in a while is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. The only thing was, it was like the closest like supermarket was an hour away. The closest place to get pizza was 2 hours away. You had to drive 2 hours for pizza.
Oh wow. No.
Could you imagine?
Pizza is life, though.
It really is.
I'd
I'd
move.
do
It really
it.
is.
I'd move.
Did you do it?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Like, every 2 weeks.
Worth the try.
Yeah, like I'm going on a pizza run.
So the way Sonny looks now, right? The whole outfit,
It's not an outfit. It's
Fabulous.
just the clothes I wear.
the outfit
Not like a
is
uniform.
how he has looked since 16,
13.
13. This is the same mountain climbing outfit. It's the same
Literally.
Iceland outfit. He's climbed up glaciers in Iceland in this outfit.
I climbed a mountain.
That doesn't change.
In
doesn't change.
In Chile, Torres del Paine is like the most famous mountain in Patagonia on the Chilean side. I climbed up it in unlaced up Martens, shorts, and a Led Zeppelin t-shirt. And when I got to the bottom, I was the third one up. Out of everyone that climbed it that day, I was the third one to the top. I got to the bottom, and there was a dude who came up to me and was like, I've got to ask you, are you a professional or are you an idiot? Like somewhere in between. So I did a 26 kilometer hike in Iceland, which is over, that volcano that erupted in 2011?
Yeah.
Made that huge ash cloud. So I lived 7K from that. So I was doing a hike over that mountain. Again, I think it was a Soundgarden vest that day and like shorts and Converse. And a dude looked at me like I was lost. Just in the middle of fucking nowhere, hiking over a glacier. And they've all got their sticks and their gear and everything. And I've just got a bottle of water in my hand.
Prepared. They're prepared.
You remind me of Brian Blessed.
I mean, Brian
Like
Blessed's a legend.
he's a gnarler, but
Yeah.
you would look at him and never expect it.
Yeah,
and
no,
then-
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
No disrespect
No,
to you.
it's a
Like,
compliment
yeah,
to
yeah.
Brian Blessed's a fucking awesome dude. But no, I've always just one of those people that I don't prep.
Just need a bit of a louder voice.
Is it Gordon's Alive? Is that guy?
Gordon's Alive.
That's that guy, yeah.
But yeah, I've always been one of those people that rather than prep, just go do.
Yeah.
Because prepping slows me down. If I have to think about things and plan
Spontaneous.
things, I'm very spontaneous.
Until he
So,
dies.
Until I die, but so 37 years, I'm still here.
Climbing up fucking Mount Everest in the same outfit. Because you know it's gonna happen.
I wanted to climb Everest.
You could be the new Wim Hof.
There you go. Honestly, I went to Nepal in 2016.
Keep your pants on.
I'll keep my pants on.
Keep your pants
I will
on.
keep my pants on. But I went to, and I wanted to climb Everest, but like literally was just like, I went to a woman in Nepal and was like, how do I get to Everest? And she laughed at me and was like, you have to book it, you need permits and everything else. I was like, oh, can I not just go and climb it? And she was like, no, that's not a thing. I was like, oh, okay. So I need to go back. And I saw Everest. But that's how I live my life. When I went traveling around Asia, I went for 6 months and literally booked a one-way flight to Bangkok and one night accommodation and then winged it. Didn't die.
I wish I had the balls to be able to do that. But
The thing is,
Yeah,
if you
I feel
don't
like
make
I
it, if you don't make a plan, then if everything goes wrong, it's fine because it hasn't
Yeah, I get that.
really gone wrong.
Yeah.
So that's how I tend to
I
work.
might not do it, but yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Honestly, it works.
Glad you made it.
You
Thanks.
do you.
I mean, you say it works.
I'm still here. But when I did, when I went to Patagonia, I started in Canada. Basically, I went from Canada to Patagonia, which is the bottom of Argentina. It was like 17 countries, and again, booked a one-way flight, and then I knew when not to die. That was my main thing.
Okay.
I had to go to Honduras and El Salvador, the murder capitals of the world. So I researched them, just so I knew when not to go.
Yeah.
And in Guatemala City, which is the sketchiest place in the world, to the point where police stopped me. I couldn't speak Spanish at the time. And they were like, you can't go down that street. And I was like, why? And they were like, if you die, we can't get your body.
Oh. Oh.
Cool. Okay.
I have a question.
That's what you wanna hear.
Where is the most
I'd fly
dangerous?
straight-
Where is the most dangerous place that you've been to?
Oh, Guatemala City.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
Pritch, most dangerous place you've been?
Well, I haven't been there, but I wouldn't like to.
Because you've been to some sketchy places.
Favelas in Brazil.
Yes, in Rio.
Because we had a kingpin look, because we were filming, me and Dave were doing Sanchez Get High, and we were staying in one of the guys' favelas in Brazil. You know, they got somebody up.
Yeah.
Watching you go up, because we were the kingpin, we were allowed. Some guy, I just walked past some guy with a gun. I went, I just fucking, you just keep a straight face. Fuck, he's got a gun.
Don't look.
And I ran straight and went, dude, man, I just walked past a guy with a gun. Shit to myself. And that's where we lived there for like 3 or 4 days. And there was just guns everywhere. And then Dane was taking photos.
Yeah.
And this guy just came up to him with a machine gun and he's going to blow his head off. And if it was, and I'm being totally serious.
I've been to Rio, and Rio was sketchy as fuck.
And if it wasn't for the kingpin,
Yeah.
I even argue with the kingpin. And I've never seen Dane. I think he had brown pants. It was just like I gotta get out of here, man. But
Yeah.
that's the sketchiest place I've been.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. I just asked Laura. She said, Scunthorpe.
I mean,
Scunthorpe.
I've heard some stories.
I would rather get back to Honduras than deal with
Honduras
the dark streets of
Funny enough,
Scunthorpe.
I was going to say Scunthorpe as well.
Have you been?
No, but I've heard stories, and I was going to say, yeah.
Scunny's got a bad rep.
It has.
It has,
Yeah, I know.
unfortunately.
It has.
That's why I don't like sharing a room with her.
Because she produced the rep there. It's like when she leaves, the safety volume goes back up again.
I can't say too much.
It's not
That's
that
why she
bad.
became a lawyer. Now it all makes sense.
She can get out of it all.
Yes, I did not do that. I'm an official,
I've got every loophole.
and I will argue it in court. Pritch, you can't just gloss over the fact that you argued with a kingpin in the favelas of Brazil.
Yeah, come
you
on.
need to explain the story more, if you can legally.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, we had to have the kingpin, because if we didn't have the kingpin with the favelas looking after us, I wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
So for us to film, we had to give him backhanders, and obviously, yeah. I mean, I don't really want. There's a lot of other stuff that went on. I don't really want to say on camera, but
You can tell us after. You can tell us after.
it was nighttime stuff.
Yeah.
It was
After
fun,
dark.
Yeah, fun and games, but yeah, it was just sketchy, but really, but the people in the favelas had the best view.
Yeah.
Like they've got the best view of the beach, the sea, and everything. So the poor people got the best view, and the rich people got the shit.
Well, the
view.
rich people are
Weird.
looking at the poor people.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like, yeah.
But it was a great experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But
Yeah.
yeah, sketchy. When I saw the machine gun next to Dayton's head, I was
You were like, am I in Scunthorpe or am I in...
oh yeah, exactly.
It's just like being at home.
Just like being in Scunthorpe. I'm sure Scunthorpe's lovely.
Yes, if anyone listens
If anyone
from
is
Scunthorpe.
listening, is from Scunthorpe.
Big up Scunthorpe.
Big up Scunthorpe.
Yeah, I'm sure Laura knows them all.
Take the S off, what do you get?
Whoa, stop.
That's it.
Stop.
It's not a nice place.
Do you know on Radio 1 you can't text in to say you're from Scunthorpe because it bans the word because it thinks you're saying
Well, there we
Oh,
go.
really?
the other
There
word.
we go. There we
It's
go.
that-
Because
You
it's in the word.
You taking the piss?
No, that's true. It's a true story.
No way.
If you say you're from Scunthorpe, it says nothing. It just stars.
That's so funny.
It's
Because the
blacklisted.
C-bomb is in the
Fun
word,
fact.
so it thinks that, no, you can't say that. So it just
Wow.
says no.
So if you're from Scunthorpe, you're never going to win anything off a radio.
You will, you just never get a
You
shout
can say
out.
you're from Scampsthorpe.
You just have to say you're from like a neighbouring town or something like that.
Never gonna win a checkbook and pen.
I have notes. Let me check my notes. Have we
You have notes?
Have we ticked? I actually don't know. Do you know what? We never ever, I don't know if you could tell, but we never prepare for a
This
podcast.
is the most prepared we've ever
We
been.
just turn up, talk shit, go home. It's probably what Robbo doesn't like 50% of them, but I actually prepared for this one. I had questions. Oh, we've ticked them all off. Shit.
Have we?
Yeah.
Question.
Have you got any questions? So,
Can I ask a
Go on.
question first? This is a very, very important question.
Okay.
Is this the question?
It's the
You
question.
can't ask this now.
Can I
What, so
ask
how
this
long
now?
have we been going? Oh, I think it might be time.
It's a really
This is
important question.
exciting.
Wait, producer Rob, how long have we been going?
1 hour and about 5 minutes.
Oh, I think it's
Wicked, because I'm dying for a
Go on.
piss.
Yeah, I am too.
Right,
Ask the question.
Let's just ask this
Not
question
use this
first then.
podcast line.
All right. Who would win in a fight? A bear or a gorilla?
A gorilla.
Yeah,
Because he's a plant eater.
yeah, and I'd say I think gorillas are savage.
I think
They are
gorilla.
savage.
Are we all team gorilla?
Are you all team
I
gorilla?
would say yeah.
No,
Are you
you're all
fair?
team wrong, is what you are.
Okay, go on.
You're all team wrong.
Go on,
Have you
explain.
seen a
I'm team
fucking
gorilla.
big grizzly bear?
Yeah.
I am
Seen a
team gorilla.
gorilla?
Have you
feel
seen
Have
a
you seen?
bear?
Have you seen? I got a mate that was a gorilla, and he's gnarly.
Right, and
You've got a
bears,
mate
they
who's
fall
a
like a
gorilla.
sack of
Yeah,
potatoes.
silverback.
But would he fuck up a bear? Yes or no?
No.
I think you're all wrong. I think,
So-
It's a gorilla.
I don't think it's physically possible for a bear not to win in any. I think a bear would beat a shark.
No, if you see bears like stumble over and stuff, gorillas, they're just savage.
One
They keep
swipe,
going, like,
bang, dead.
No.
When we're finished, right, you need to Google Kodiak bear.
No, you
Have-
don't. There
Then
is a-
tell me that a gorilla would still
There
win.
is a follow-up question just in case we
No,
get
there's not.
a conflict
You're all wrong, so you're all out.
with weapons.
No, you
What?
Who would win in a fight between a bear with nunchucks and a gorilla with a samurai sword? Was that what it was?
gorilla
know.
again.
I don't know
Gorilla.
what that word
Nunchucks
was.
are the.
What the what?
Do you remember That's the
not-
best example.
Okay, you.
If you've only listened to this podcast, I'd go back and watch it all just for what just happened with G's impression of nunchucks. So Bruce Lee came in the room.
Exactly. Absolute pro. But no, gorilla would win.
100%.
wrong,
I mean, we've got 4 against 1.
wrong, but you're all wrong.
Gorilla, gorilla, gorilla.
Google Kodiak bear
If
and then
it's
tell
4
me that
against
you
1.
still say gorilla.
They will. That's fine.
We're ending the
Okay.
podcast. I'm very upset.
You're
I
always upset.
thought with 3 guests, I'd at least get someone on
We
my
had this
side.
conversation
I
on the
think
way
you've
here.
all jumped into the
We've
answer.
gone against you every time.
I think, well,
I did
literally.
think about it.
I think you've all jumped in. I think none of
They're-
you have thought about it properly.
they're all Team Devil.
You've just gone gorilla. It's like a man. It's big. Pfft, that's it. Done. I don't think you really thought about it.
They're all Team
A
Devil.
bear has got big claws.
See, now we go. See.
Yeah, but he falls like
a
a sack of
gorilla is
potatoes.
gnarly.
Yeah, but they're a bit more
Super gnarly.
agile, but they're nowhere near as strong as a bear.
Does they say, it's that thing your dad used to say, doesn't matter how big they are, the bigger they are, the
harder they fall.
go.
Thank you.
And the bear is bigger than the gorilla, and the gorilla is gnarly anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's going to go
Exactly.
bang.
But it's
He's
never gonna
batter
get
you.
that far.
Exactly.
There's no way in
Trust
hell
me,
the gorilla's
he's
getting
more-
the first
he's more
punch.
King Kong.
Not a
Yeah.
chance.
King Kong beat a T-Rex in that movie I watched. And that was basically
There
a
you go.
documentary. That was basically a documentary.
You can't
So-
argue with King Kong.
Exactly. If King Kong can beat a T-Rex, then fucking a gorilla can beat...
So whatever.
The debate
King
goes on.
Kong
Anything.
spunked on you,
Debate
you
goes
fucking
on.
drone. Fucking hell.
Wow! That's a good note to end it on.
And on that note,
You can't really top that.
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
I genuinely don't think there's anywhere else we could go from
I
that.
don't.
So we'll say thank you, guys,
Thank you guys for
so
having
much.
us.
Cheers, man.
Appreciate
Cheers, Laura,
that.
Pritchard.
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
very much.
And
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody watch Aftertrack. But more importantly, go to YouTube and watch Archer and the Devil podcast.
Oh, do you want to give any
right, plug.
Facebook or YouTube, any plugs you need to give to direct people to where you guys are currently?
Shout out to my ladies.
Monster Energy Girls.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're on Instagram. We've got at Monster Energy Girls. We're also on Facebook as well. Pritch, what about you?
If you search Pritchard, you'll find everything.
Yeah, you'll
basically.
find him. You know where he is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Billy Big Bollocks. You'll find him everywhere.
Instagram Big Bollocks. Okay.
And yeah, and we are at Archer the Devil on everything. So if you search Archer the Devil, you'll find
Amazing.
us.
Please watch. Please share.
Please.
And please vote fucking bear.
No. Gorilla.
Thank you all. Thank you all, everyone.
Thank you.
Much
Thanks for
appreciated.
having
Thank you
us.
very
Thank you.
much.
Peace out.